This is a monetary revolution.
All of my communication with Satoshi was ever via either the Bitcoin Talk forums, which all that communication is public, or private forum messages, or private emails. Satoshi was always all business. It was just always about the code. My very first message to Satoshi, I asked him, so, is Satoshi your real name? What have you done before? Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? And he just ignored that completely, but came back and said, great to have more experienced programmers helping out with the project. Here's a couple of problems that need to be solved. Maybe you can help solve them.
So in my pocket I have 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars from the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, just as a reminder of what happens if our government screw up our money.
Zimbabwe is a good example of a government that lost the trust of their people. And they lost the trust of their people by printing too much money and causing runaway hyperinflation. So I think you will see people in other parts of the world who've experienced hyperinflation, who've experienced bank failures. I think those will be the kind of people who are looking for something new, right? They're willing to take the risk. I may end up spending $5 or $10 just on fees to get that money back to my family. That's a huge percentage if you're poor and working. So since Bitcoin doesn't care about borders, I can just send Bitcoin to another country, and if my family in that other country has some way of spending that Bitcoin, or has some way of exchanging that Bitcoin into the local currency, then it's just quicker and cheaper and more convenient. And a lot of people think that remittances will be one of the really big first uses for Bitcoin. In I think late 2010, he asked me if it would be okay if he put my email address on the Bitcoin.org homepage, because he had been the primary contact for people. And I said sure. He went ahead and changed the webpage, but what he did is he left his name there. He took away his email address. And so it was just me and my email address who was suddenly getting all of the attention. And I think that was Satoshi's way of kind of saying, you're the leader of the project now. There was one particular email where he told me that he was going to step away from the project and do something else. He never told me what else he's going to do or that he is doing. I had just been invited to give a talk at the CIA, and I told Satoshi that I accepted the invitation to go speak at the CIA.